This blaster is truly dartsis. Hello, what is up guys, I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my video. And what I got over here is the latest and greatest sidearm brushless flywheel lightning foam dart blaster from AIT Toys X40 Max. I'm pretty sure many of you guys have seen this form factor somewhere, isn't it? From where you say? Right after the intro. Okay, first look at the blaster. As you can see, the overall aesthetic of the blaster is very similar with the Diana blaster over here. Just that the lightning over here is way smaller and way thinner than the Diana blaster. Like you can see when I put it like side to side, it is way shorter obviously, and it is way thinner than a Diana blaster over here. And of course with the bulging side over here, many of you have already know that this is a flywheel blaster, and this is no normal flywheel blaster. This over here is a brushless motor flywheel blaster, which is again a very tiny, silent and powerful flywheel motor, I would say. The moment when we hold the blaster on hand, immediately we felt that this blaster is actually a lot lighter than the original Diana blaster over here, because this Diana blaster over here is made out of some pretty thick nylon, I would say. This over here is made out of a very lightweight polycarbonate plastic, and this over here is no soft plastic. This is considered a pretty thick, high quality plastic, I would say. And personally, I do really like the color of the lightning over here. It comes with two colors actually. One of course is the fully transparent blaster over here, which I'm holding, and the other one is the orange top transparent blaster. Personally, for uniformity, I would like a full transparent blaster so that I can see the inside much more clearly. One more thing that no one actually talk about this blaster over here is the unboxing experience for this blaster over here. I mean, come on, the moment when you open the box, you can actually see the entire picture of the blaster printed on the box over here, and the feeling of removing such pieces and reveal the actual blaster, it just gave you some kind of a very cool feeling. So back to the blaster, as you can see, the top of the blaster over here is rather simple. It just comes with a simple iron sight over here. There is no screw holes for you to install any sorts of RMR sights such as the Diana over here, which I got a very tiny sight over here. But usually these kind of blasters are being used in emergency situations where you don't really have too much time to aim. But to be honest, aiming with that iron sight is just okay to me. The grip of the blaster, very similar with the Diana blaster, to be honest. Really like the size of it. The trigger pull, on the other hand, to me this is way better than the original Diana blaster over here. The safety mechanism is located at the trigger over here. There is a double trigger to engage the trigger, which to me it is much more effective than flipping a button. And there is a on-off switch which is located at the top of the trigger over here, which is a very tiny black button over here. You just have to click it and you will see LED flashing here and there. This comes with a ambidextrous fire selector at the top of the blaster over here, which is very comfortable to access with your finger, which is very nice. And immediately you will notice that there is a tiny little screen behind the blaster over here which indicates all sorts of useful information for your blaster, which is very nice. This is a very nice touch over here, but sometimes it can be accurate, it can be inaccurate. For example, if there is no magazine on this blaster over here, it will just display a mag symbol over here just to let you know there is no mag. But when you actually put in an empty mag on this blaster over here, it will indicate that there are 10 rounds in the mag, even though that there's no rounds in there. Like same goes if you put in just 5 rounds and just plug it in there, it will just indicate 10 rounds as well. And of course, the moment when you fire the blaster, it will just reduce its number until it is 0. This blaster comes with single fire and then a 2-round burst fire. Holy moly, let's do that again. Holy moly, that sounds pretty powerful. Like, take a look at this. I only put in 5 rounds. After firing 5 rounds, there is still indicating 5 rounds in this blaster over here. Like, if we actually fire the blaster without any rounds, it will just deduct the number until it is out of darts, even though there is no darts in there. This is basically something that I found pretty funny of this blaster over here. Oh yeah, one more thing, as you can see, the barrel in there is metal, very shiny. And one of my most favorite mechanism of this blaster over here is actually the battery mechanism over here. For this over here, there's just a lever where you can just pull off the battery just like so, and then charging at the charging station, which is being provided in the box. And after charging it, you would just have to drop it in just like so. I mean, as easy as that. And of course, turn on the blaster. Yeah. And if you actually take a look at the magazine over here, even though that this blaster have a very similar aesthetic as the Diana, you cannot put in a Diana mag in there. It will not fit because it is way too thick. But if we actually take a look at the diameter of this mag over here, it is very similar with a Nightingale mag. I don't really have a Nightingale laying around over here, but I have some Venom mags over here, which is basically a Nightingale mag as well. In terms of size, yes, it fits no problem, just that that you have to click this button over here to make sure that it goes all the way in. Basically, I'm just friction fitting this mag over here because there is no hole at the body of the mag over here. But will it fire? Let us give it a try. First round, no problem. Whoop, second round, jam. Let us try again. First round, no problem. Second round, no problem. Third round, yeah, it works this time. So what I am suspecting over here, because of this spring rate over here, is way softer than the spring rate of the Lightning magazine over here. I mean, this is actually pretty stiff, by the way. When you are near to emptying the mag over here, probably the last 2 rounds, there is a chance that you might encounter a jam. And if you guys are not a big fan of a burst fire over here, fortunate enough, there is an update. Yes, you can basically update the firmware of this blast over here to change it into a full auto, just like a Diana. Holy moly. But to me, I'm gonna leave it as it is because I'm always dreaming to own a burst fire sidearm so that I can have more ammo control, because in the heat of battles, I don't think I can have good trigger discipline. Like in most games with a Diana, I would just end up emptying the entire mag in one go, and I would just end up as a big running target with a dumb looking plastic melee. So of course, without further ado, let us go test the blaster out, shall we? Okay guys, this is actually quite funny. So that the rumors is actually true that this blaster is having a very hard time to detect black colored darts. Take a look at this. When I actually put the mag on there with all the black colored darts in there, it didn't even detect the magazine. I mean, holy moly. Okay, let's try putting it with some worker darts over here. And it detected the magazine over here. Holy moly, this blaster is truly dartsis. Okay, we are back guys. So the performance of the blaster is actually pretty similar with the Diana, to be honest. It goes around 134 FPS all the way to 141 FPS in my testing. I would say a pretty decent performance for a sidearm, and I'm not sure if this is a placebo. This blaster does not feel as hot as the Diana, probably because this blaster does not have a heatsink. This is my suspect. And in terms of accuracy, even the accuracy is very similar to a Diana blaster. Hitting a target in like 8 to 10 meters, I would say it is okay. Another useful information of this screen over here, you can actually check the battery life. You will just have to push the on-off button one time and you will see the battery life just like so, which is actually very convenient in my opinion. And will this blaster passes the wall test? Oh yeah, it looks pretty nice on the wall and on the table, especially the full transparent body of this blaster over here. Take a look at this guy. This is so nice. And of course, with a transparent body, you will be able to see a lot of these foam dust sticking in the body of this blaster, especially at the flywheel part of this blaster. Yeah, it will not look too clean, I would say. But I think opening up this blaster is very easy because there's only just 1 and 2 screws located at the back of the blaster, and I believe that this whole thing will just lift up just like so. So yep, that's all today guys. If you guys like this video, feel free to smash on the like button and don't forget to click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. So yep, Gordon's checking out and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Yadios guys!